We're going to go ahead and start our focus question today. Our focus question today is, how do big rocks break into smaller rocks? Or we should say,
I don't have a normal paper now.
How do?
Oh wait, never mind. Yes, I do. I lied. I'm sorry.
or we'll say what causes. Sorry.
How do pebbles turn into gravel?
Ooh, good vocabulary. Yep. Or how do boulders turn into sand? How do mountains turn into sand? You guys know the sand on a beach used to be from a mountain? They came from a mountain. Isn't that crazy?
Boulders, they turn into sand because when they're crushed.
And every time years go, the mountains go flatter and they turn into land.
Ooh, look at that knowledge, that prior knowledge. That's what I'm talking about. What causes big rocks to break into smaller rocks? I'm going to write that in the chat too for those of you who need that extra time.
And at some beaches, the mountains, they haven't fully grown to land yet.
Land is always changing. It's just a really slow process, but it's always changing.
Like this one beach, and my brother's almost died.
Oh my goodness.
The mountain, so we had, in order to go down to the beach part, we had to go through these mountains.
Stance, Unique has a question.
And
go ahead, Unique. Hold on 1 second, Ronald. Ronald, can you finish writing and then we'll talk about it? All right, Unique, go ahead. Or are you writing in the chat? For some reason, I lost my chat box.
You have to press Alt-H, or that's at least what I have to do.
Alt-H. You know what? I do not have.
Unique says you can't hear.
Oh.
Yeah.
Unique, maybe try logging off and then logging back in. Maybe that will help.
Is she connected to audio?
Oh, I found the chat. It was on my other screen. Okay. Let me see. I can't hear. Unique's gonna try. All right, cool.
I got logged in.
Yeah, everyone should have this in their chat, in their notebook. Okay. What causes?
I know because I had it because I stopped writing for a couple minutes because
Okay, it's in the chat, so I'm gonna stop sharing. In second grade, if you went to MPEA when you were in second grade, we talked about this and we had hand movements and everything, okay? When two rocks, everyone make two fists, when two rocks smash together and smash together, okay, they break into little pieces. And that's called, it starts with a W. Anybody remember?
Wait, say that again.
When two rocks smash together, they break into little pieces, and that's called?
Pebbles?
Ooh, close. It does turn into pebbles or sand or silt or clay, but that process is called?
No.
that because it was in this flip grid and I forgot.
It's called weathering.
Do we write this?
Write weathering in your notebook. Write weathering in your notebook. Oh no, someone said the internet is really tripping and lagging. Let me turn my camera off. Hopefully that helps. I think it might be my internet today. Okay. But weathering, we're gonna write that in our notebook. And we're going to watch a quick little video on weathering. But today's all about weathering. I'm going to make it brown, like Miss Brown. All right, it's in the chat for those of you who need that extra time. If you need that extra time, it is in the chat, okay? But I am going to take the screen down so that we can watch our video.
Weathering. Weathering is the process when large rocks are broken into small pieces. Water is one way that large rocks can be weathered. During the day, precipitation in the form of rain can fill cracks in rocks. Then, at night, if the temperature is cold enough, the water will freeze and expand. As the water expands, it breaks the rock into smaller pieces. Another cause of weathering is wind. Some wind gusts are strong enough to carry small pieces of rock. When the particles carried by the wind strike larger rocks, the large rock can be broken down. Heat from the sun is another source of weathering. As the sun beats down on Earth, moisture is evaporated, creating cracks in the soil. The drying out of Earth and continual cracking of the soil creates smaller pieces from larger ones. All of these types of weathering are examples of physical weathering. Don't forget that weathering is a process that takes a long time to happen, sometimes even thousands of years. Weathering.
Okay, in the chat, or you can say it out loud. What are some causes? Okay, what are some what would we say, events that cause weathering? What causes weathering?
Wind, water, and sun.
Nice. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. What types of water?
Ice water, I guess. Cold water.
Ice. Remember how they're saying the water gets in the cracks and then it expands? What else? Rain. Rain is gonna push water. What else?
The sun dries up soil and makes cracks in it.
Yeah. So think about like your skin when it's really dry and there's no lotion on it. Sometimes you see all those cracks in your skin. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay. So the same thing happens to rocks, except rocks are going to start to crack when the moisture leaves it. Okay. They start to actually crack. Our skin cracks, but not as bad as that. Like if you have dry lips and your lips start to crack, think the same thing happens to like rocks. All right, so we are going to draw a picture of weathering just so that we get it stuck in our head. So I want you to draw a rock, maybe a boulder or a pebble, your choice, but draw a bigger rock. All right, that's number one. Now we're gonna draw the second phase where it starts to crack.
Hold on, let me look.
Draw some cracks in it.
That does not look like a rock. That looks like a bent up cookie.
Ooh, do I sense a hater on this call?
No, I'm just saying.
Yes, you do.
The disrespect.
I'm not saying.
Disrespectful. I'm about to take you out of this coding class.
No, you're not.
All right. And then the next thing that happens is it is going to fall off. Okay. So it's no longer going to be a part of that rock. So I'm going to draw. I know my example is like a little, okay, yours will be better than mine. Okay. That looks like a totally different rock, but you guys get the point. Who is Dan Peters?
It's one of our student teachers.
Oh, okay. Oh, I got worried for a second. I was like, who is this? Hi, welcome, Dan. All right, comment done in the chat when you are finished. Draw your rock being weathered. Okay.
I'm
breaking
done.
Smart pieces. Excellent. We got one done. Waiting for a few more. Ooh, I see 4. Waiting on a few more. All right, while you guys are finishing up your drawings, they don't have to be perfect. I am gonna read you the definition for weathering and then we're gonna write it down, okay? All rocks, including mountains exposed at Earth's surface, break apart over time. So no mountain that we have today is gonna look the same in about 3,000 years. It's gonna look a little different, okay? Because all mountains, all rock eventually break apart over time. Some rocks break apart faster than others. Some take millions of years. Okay, but weathering is that geological word, that scientific term that we use to describe the breakdown of rock into smaller pieces. All right, so we're gonna write down that definition in our notebooks.
Excuse me, I have a question. It takes them 3,000 years?
It takes years, lots of years to see our earth change. In the next video, the one that you guys watch for homework, we're actually gonna watch that next. We are going to see that happen.
You want to know something I noticed is that science class is the quickest class ever. For some reason.
It is very quick. It's very quick because we cover a lot of information. And also you have asynchronous work. So a lot of science is so that a lot of times in science, like you do that asynchronous work so that you can kind of build that connection, make that connection, build that bridge to what you already know, to what you are learning. That's why I give so much asynchronous work. And then also I've noticed you guys do really well in class when you learn on your own first and then you come to me. And so you watch videos, you answer questions, you do little experiments, and then you come to me and then we talk about it and we go a little deeper.
I thought we were supposed to read these books, but we don't do that no more, I guess.
Not yet. So the readings for science class, they don't go with every lesson. So the reading, you'll either have a reading next week or the week after. But this is still like the introduction. And so there's not a reading just yet, but they're coming. They are coming.
Do we read this? Do we write this?
Yep, write that definition down. It's in the chat and it's also in the, what is it called? On the screen. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen so I can talk to you guys a little bit. Okay, Avanea, I'm recording this, so I'll send you the recording, okay? All right, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen so we can talk a little bit. The definition is in the chat. All right, I'm gonna turn my camera also. Okay, so in my hand, I have 2 rocks, okay? If I were to rub these rocks together, what do you think would happen? If I just keep rubbing them together.
Fly around and burn everything around you.
It would turn into sand.
Okay, exactly. And what's that process called?
Weathering.
Weathering. Great job. So when rocks break into smaller pieces, it's called weathering. And that specific rubbing, when rocks rub together like that, we call that abrasion. Abrasion, okay? Abrasion is the rubbing, So it is weathering. Remember, weathering is like that huge umbrella, okay? It's an umbrella term, okay? But underneath weathering, since weathering is just 2 rocks breaking into smaller pieces, okay? Abrasion goes under that, okay? It's a form of physical weathering.
Can you ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
What if 2021 was a trailer of 2020?
Ooh, I hope not. Okay? Don't wish that upon us, Vincent. Okay, so abrasion, that rubbing together occurs when rocks fall, okay? So if this rock is falling from the mountain, it's gonna rub against other rocks. That's abrasion, okay? When rocks tumble and landslides, okay? When rocks hit one another or they're pushed around by moving water, waves, and wind, okay? Abrasion's gonna happen and it's gonna break into smaller pieces. So the next video we're gonna watch, we're actually gonna see that happening in real life. And I love that music too. Some of you, this might be your second time watching it because you did it for homework, okay? So I'm gonna be stopping the video and I'm gonna be calling on you to really, you know, answer.
I watched like 5 seconds of it and then answered the question.
Look at you. Perfect. So you're gonna get the full experience now. I love it. And I'm gonna read it super dramatically, okay?
Why?
Because that's how I do.
This is for quick reading.
I didn't like it because I had to read it. What's the whole point of a video?
You didn't like it? I love this video.
What's the whole point of a video?
Throughout the long history of Earth, mountains like these have been slowly worn away to look like this. Okay, how did that happen? How did that mountain go from this?
Weathering.
Look at that. Yes, weathering. And what is weathering?
This is the point where I stopped with this. Weathering is when is geologically
Weathering
used to describe the breakdown of rocks into smaller pieces.
Yes. So those rocks, those mountains, okay, they got hit so many times, either by wind, water, or ice, or volcanic explosions, or we could go on all day long, okay? But eventually they broke down, okay, to the point that they look like this. The process that did this is called, what's it called, you guys?
Weathering.
Yes.
So you said weathering like now.
If you're not answering aloud, you're answering in the chat. Weathering is the breakdown of rock and soil into smaller pieces through mechanical and chemical means. For this class, we say physical instead of economic. Weathering has dramatically shaped Earth's land. So Earth is constantly changing because of what?
Weathering.
Weathering. You're either typing in the chat or you're answering out loud. Good job, Sergio. Good participation. There are at least 15 ways that rocks can be broken down. 5 methods that attack rock chemically. That's fine, you know. Easy food. Running water. Why would running water cause weathering? Why would running water cause weathering?
Because it's probably moving so fast and it's filling up the cracks and expanding because it's rushing, I guess.
Yes, Jaslyn, I hope everything's okay. I will send you the video, okay? That's fine.
I think that the water's impact because water's
Yes. All of your answers are correct. If we were in this water, do you think we would be moving if we were in this water right now? That's on the screen. Do you think you would be standing still or you would be moving?
Would be moving.
If I threw you into this water that's on the screen, do you think you would stay where I threw you or would the water move you?
Move me.
Yeah. So the same way water moves you, it also moves rocks. And as those rocks are moving, they're crashing into other rocks, okay? And they're breaking up into smaller pieces. And what's that called?
Weathering.
Okay, Isaac said he's joining back again his. Like what we learned about earlier, ice expands. As it gets those cracks, quickly. Rock falls and avalanches. What causes a rock fall and avalanches? What's pulling the rock down? What force?
Gravity.
Gravity. So gravity also causes. Gravity also causes. All right, we're going to stop here. We need to add to some notes because we covered a lot. All right, notebooks open. Notebooks are open.
My notebook's not open. It's on my desk.
Oh, girl, go get that. Okay. So give me some examples we just covered. What causes weathering?
Running water.
Running water causes weathering. What else?
Avalanches.
Avalanches. And I'm going to put gravity.
Why? I don't
Volcanoes.
Landslides. Mudslides. Okay, all of those things that force that gravity pulls down, yes, it's going to cause gravity.
Ms. Brown, I only know what a mudslide is from playing Pokemon.
Look at that connection. See, science is everywhere.
Because there's this Pokemon called Mudboy and it eats dirt for a living.
I heard someone say volcanic explosions. Volcanoes cause weathering. Yes. Oh, what other type of water causes weathering?
Water. Ice water.
Ice.
Ms. Brown, can you please slow down?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I type fast.
We have to write with our hands. That's a whole different thing.
You're right. You're right.
Ice.
All right.
I wrote it
We
down.
are at our time for today. So after we write your notes, you can show me your notebook, show me all your notes from today. And then I will let you go. If you can't turn your computer on to show me your notes that you took.
Can you see this?
I can. All right. Great job. You can log off. Remember, homework is due every Thursday. If you cannot show me your notes, then you need to be in this chat box writing your notes back to me. You're either showing me your notebook or you are writing the your notes to me in the chat box.
Miss Brown.
Yes, sir.
Do you have my mom's number?
You know what? I don't think I do.
Okay.
Why does she want mine?
We're heading out to the Dominican Republic.
No, because I couldn't find my science book and I forgot where I put it.
So you don't have any notes to show me. So you should be in this chat box writing your notes to me.
Okay.
Good, Sergio. And then I just need to see. Bentley said, "When does this end?" Bentley, it ends as soon as you write me the notes. Everything on the screen needs to be written to me in the chat, or you can show me your notebook.
Yeah, man. You do so much for this team. All right,
so class ended at 11:45. So you can either show me your notes.
I'm done.
All right, let me see your notes.
I don't know.
All right, Isaac, you are good to go. See you in class on Thursday. All right, Ronald, you can go. Thank you, Ms. Brigitte.
Suddenly attacking my face.
Thank you, Dan.
There's a lot of buzz around my mom's face.
Right. Keep going, Vincent. You're on the right track.
Huh?
I said, keep going. You're on the right track.
Unflappable. This man is in obvious pain.
Yeah, I was wondering after seeing the yarn guy, where is Fire Ant Groin Guy? And HQ. Like, if the event is actually Michael Vick versus Deshaun Watson, and they're just gonna play like hits from their.
The Sims of
Sorry, you are.
So Vincent, you need to write everything that's on the screen.
The STD rates among the elderly these days. There's a whole different level of old and weird, and I, for one, can't wait for it.
So I thought Giannis's quote was going to be the strangest part.
Ms. Brown?
Uh-huh.
Just want to say the last 2 4th grade classes, this was very educational.
Okay, good. Okay. I'm like trying to figure out like what works best, like what type of learning like style or whatever.
You know what? This was good. I mean, they enjoyed the footage.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to try and find better videos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think they were into the videos.
Yeah, and the music behind it too. I was
Yeah.
like,
Oh yeah.
that's good to know. Let's figure that out for the other classes. All right, so Vincent, Emily, and Bentley, you're gonna write. The notes are in the chat. All the notes are in the chat. So you can write them.
Yeah, sure is. They are in the chat.
Yep, you can write them to Coach Aaron. Vincent, you can go. I see yours.